We're live, Christine. No, we're not live. We're just filming.
Don't you scare me.
Say hello to all the people.
Hello, all the people.
So I've not seen you for how long, Christine?
12 years.
12 years.
I'm gonna.
I think you're right.
Is it 12?
Possibly. How did we meet 12 years
12.
ago? Tell the camera.
Because a member of my family needed a little bit of help with a confidence issue.
Correct. And he's now confident grown boy and doing very well. So you contacted me, and I'd just come back from Manchester. So we were supposed to meet at 4 o'clock, but
We were.
I've got here quicker.
You did.
And I said, can I come along? And we're having a chat. And you've said some stuff already, which is quite interesting. And you've just said to me that you watched me on Mr. GTV or Mr. Night Girl, whatever. Yeah. And you find that it's easy to do stuff when I'm guiding you, but you find it difficult on your own.
Yep.
What's difficult? Distractions.
Outside world, telephone, texts, whatever.
And I've just been telling you now, we've come back from Manchester and my mate's got stuck in Birmingham. I couldn't get a ticket at Piccadilly. The hotel got the bookings wrong. And I said, what do you do with this? And my dad's expression was, 2 penneth a sod it and a penneth a bugger it, which basically means, don't worry about it, just be still. But you were saying it's not easy.
Not always easy. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can, but other things, it's harder.
What's hard? What are the other things that are hard? Forget about that, just talk to me.
I'm basically looking into this and thinking, things that are hard to say, anything, family.
Okay.
Always family. Family first. If anything is wrong, worrying them, anything.
Worrying about them?
Yeah, I take on that worry and not myself.
Have you always been a worrier?
No, before I had kids, not worrying about nothing.
When did that start then for you?
When my first child was born.
I see what you mean.
32 years ago.
It's that responsibility, isn't
But
it?
mostly just, well, yeah, and the fact that I brought them up by myself because the daddy left.
Yeah, I was a single dad.
So it's not easy.
No.
And you've no family around about you.
No.
They're 300 miles away. So that's it, buck stops here, that's it.
Yeah.
And although it's different now, it should be different now, my head's still right.
You're still running that programme?
Yeah. Can't stop. I'm still...
Are they living with you?
No, well, no, not really. The older one has got his own home and his own family.
Yeah.
And the younger one pretty much has as well.
Doing well?
They're doing fine.
And I've put my iPad here on... it's a child's workstation. I'll have to buy one of these. It's really good. I like it.
And you can play with your cars.
Oh, thank you. I'd love to do that. This is your grandchild, so you have your grandkids here.
Yeah.
And that's a delight, a pleasure.
Absolutely.
So,
Fantastic.
are you worrying about them when they're here or just when they go?
Do you know, I worry less about the little ones.
Okay.
And I'll tell you for why. Because they're always with us.
Yeah.
Grandma, mum, dad. They're
Yeah.
always with. So it's less worried. When my boys were littler, I was less worried.
Yeah.
Now they're older. I don't know. I don't know. Well, apart from one's in the forces, so that is a worry.
That's a concern, isn't it?
That is a concern.
And that's a genuine thing. I've
Absolutely.
worked with the military.
You can't
the
help
families
that.
obviously are anxious because
Exactly.
you don't always know what's going on, do you?
No,
In fact, there's a shutdown, isn't there? They can't tell you to protect them and to protect you.
Exactly. And so therefore, but you're not daft, and you've got a jolly good idea what's going on and where they are and
Correct.
what have you. And so yeah, it's an ongoing concern. And they've got a family which I try to help out, like in the physical sense, like what can I do? Can I do anything? Do you want me to do this? Do you want me to do that? Because he's not always there. He can be away for months at a time.
Of course. So how would, if we had a camera up there, I mean we've got one there at the moment filming, but if we had a camera up there after I've gone, so in other words you're on Big Brother House reality TV, how would the viewers know that you're worried and stressed? What would be the answer,
They wouldn't
the
know.
behaviour? So you don't...
They wouldn't know. They wouldn't have a clue. It's all bottled up inside. They wouldn't have a clue.
Right. So
Unless
you don't...
you knew really well.
So you don't speed up. Some people speed up.
No.
Some people slow down. Some people start... The lips are moving like the dialogue going on, but they're expressing themselves or they rant and... No? So you're pretty steady.
I might have, the occasional swear.
Oh, well, that's okay.
I'm proper good, no kidding swearing. Right in there swearing. But no, you wouldn't really know, because I've learned I'm very good at
bottling it up.
And 30 odd years as a nurse, I'm very good at bottling things
Yeah.
up. And
30 years as a nurse, congratulations.
33 if you want to be
33, yeah, okay. Yeah,
But
so
you learn
I
to put
was
things in.
I was in a uniform job, you know, roadside breakdowns, and you have to take control of the scene.
Yeah.
So you can't give over, you can't transmit panic, because you've got to be in control for everybody else.
And after, once it's over, you can go to a quiet corner if you need to.
And scream, kick, cry, or whatever.
Not usually swear, Maggie.
Swear again.
Yeah.
Swear, yeah.
Lots of swearing.
Lots of swearing.
Lots of swearing.
So what's going on inside then?
Inside, it's like
Okay. It's in your head.
oh, absolutely.
So is it
Worry.
stress, worry?
What if?
What if?
Worst case scenario. It could never be just something. No, not the worst case scenario. Straight away. Let's go straight there.
Yeah. From 0 to
Yes.
red zone.
And so therefore, and then afterwards, when everything's actually fine, I'm like, you idiot.
Yeah. Have you not? This is a with respect question. Have you not learnt that that's what you do? Therefore, you say, "Oh, here I go again. I'm not doing it again."
I do know that.
You know it,
My
but you
common
don't do.
sense knows it.
Yeah.
But trying to get that through my
Okay.
head. Oh, yeah, I do know that. Stop it. You're being ridiculous. I know that.
You haven't got a thick skull. You've got a clever skull. You've got a fantastic imagination, but it's working against you.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah, you could well be right. It's
I know that if I want to know if a client, a friend, or a student is a good subject for hypnosis, the more problems they have, I know they're a good subject, because they're negatively hypnotising themselves.
Really?
Well, what they're doing is they are imagining something. They're either living in the past, remembering something, got regret, or they're fearful of the future. So they're using hypnosis to imagine the past and bringing it into the now, or they're using imagination to foresee a future that hasn't happened yet and bring it into the now. And I work with visualization, so I know you're good at it, because that's what's causing your problems.
Oh, yeah.
It's a problem in your mind. It's a thought problem.
Yes.
It's not a reality. There's nothing here to be scared about. I say to people quite often, okay, you've got all these problems. They're sort of out there in the world. Close your eyes. I mean, not have to, but I'm just demonstrating. So, okay, where's your problems now with your eyes closed? No, there's nothing wrong in here. It's all that. Open it. Oh, look, there's the problems. So if you had a problem with your partner or your kids or your money or your health, if you're like, at the moment, just having a cup of tea, having this chat, there's no problem. This is nice, this moment.
Absolutely fine.
Yeah, but when I've gone, or, you know, after an event, then you remind yourself of your problems, and then you go back into those responses. And what you've got to do is you've got to create the stillness and say, okay, I'm going to maintain that stillness when Mike's not here, or when I'm not listening to this audio, or I'm going to create the environment when everything feels good, and when things aren't good, I'm going to recreate that environment inside, whatever's going on the outside. So I've just been at a busy train station. On Tuesday, Wednesday, I'll be at Manchester Airport and going to Dubai and going to Bangkok. Very, very busy airports. If I absorb that busyness, that hustle, that bustle, it makes me turbulent inside. I've got to remember what it feels like to sit on a beach, quiet on my own, or on a hillside, quiet on my own, or in my favourite armchair, or in a shower, you know, a really relaxing moment for me. And I've got to bottle that, and I've got to, if you like, release the cork when I'm at the airport and it's chaos. You know, when I'm sort of queuing up at passport control and I think, shit, I'm in the wrong queue. I should have
And that was longer.
And that was longer, and you're counting. It's like people who, you know, he's got 6 items in his basket and this is a 5 only, so now I'm going to blow my stack.
Yeah.
It's got nothing to do with you. It's got nothing to do with you, but we take it on, and then we allow ourselves to lose control. It's called being responsible for our own responses, and responsible is response able to respond. So, and at the moment you're not. You're responding the way you've always done, and you're losing control and you blow your top. How serious is it, Christine?
I believe that it's, although I have got an actual medical condition.
We're going to talk about that
I
in a
don't
minute.
think it's helping it.
I know it's not.
Oh, well, there you go. We agree.
But so you're right, we agree on that one. You're right, okay.
I think that when I allow myself to be worried, stressed, whatever, this gets worse.
That thought, that psychology, the thought changes your biology. You're a nurse. You know that, a tranquilizer is given to somebody who's not tranquil. Clues in the words, tranquilizer creates tranquility. And when you're in fight or flight, or you're running around like a headless chicken, or you're worried, anxious, stressed, fearful, upset, emotional, there's no tranquility. So, a doctor would come along, or a medic, and give you a tranquilizer to calm you down, give you a shot. You can do that better with a thought.
Yeah, I would much rather.
You can do what's called emotional replacement technique, which is take the emotions of a tranquil moment and put it into the fearful moment or the turbulent moment. That's a transition, it's shifting, reality shifting. Or you can run a different program. You can say, I can make myself still. I can make myself peaceful. But you have to practice it prior to the event, anchor it, and then get it back in the event. It takes about 21 days, but it doesn't for an intelligent person, so you'll be fine. You'll master this in about a week. And basically what you do is you anchor relaxation, physical relaxation, mental relaxation, emotional balance. And what that does is it gives you a different body chemistry to that of fight, flight or freeze. It gives you a different body chemistry to being anxious and turbulent and head up your backside. And then what actually happens is you get used to that feeling and you train your subconscious mind to default to that as and when you start to lose the plot. And you just have to, like a dog, train it not to poo on the carpet. You go outside, it poos on the carpet, go outside, poos on the carpet, go outside. It's like, potty training a child or doing anything. You go from pain to pleasure. So the dog poos on the carpet, it gets told off, it gets dragged outside. It's not a very efficient way to spend your day. A child doesn't want to have a soiled nappy. He doesn't want to be crawling around. It sees everybody else standing up. That works far better, So a child learns, I can get from A to B quicker by standing up. So it knocks and bumps itself, it bangs its head, it falls over. But ultimately, its goal is going to be more enjoyable, more efficient than crawling around in a pooey nappy. So it allows itself to be toilet trained and to walk, and eventually it goes from pain to pleasure. We've got to attach massive pain to being the same and massive pleasure to the improvement. Now, obviously when you've got pain, we'll talk about this in a minute, you want to have relaxed endorphins running through your system, and pain puts you into fight and flight anyway. But when you've got a mind that's stressing you even more, it'll amplify that many times. I do what's called psychoneuroimmunology, help people with hypnobirthing, producing enzymes in the brain, peptides, endorphins, which release pain and mean that the pain transceptors aren't turned up. So you can turn it down from maybe a 10, which would be unbearable, to maybe an 8 with practice, get it down to a 7, okay, we'll leave it at a 3 or a 5. Pain's useful, it's information, but not if it actually, and it protects you from really damaging your body, but it's not useful if it's putting you into anxiety and stress.
It's taken so much away.
What's wrong with your leg, dare I ask?
Do you want a list? Right, okay. Initially, I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis.
Okay.
Okay, and then osteoarthritis.
Okay.
Then osteoporosis.
Yes.
And now, bone on bone. So basically my knee.
There's no cartilage.
And I was told
Trapped nerves.
that if I could get here, develop like, a footballer,
Yeah.
then it would do that and
Yeah.
it wouldn't be the same.
Yeah.
But when you're in pain, how? My question is how?
Okay.
And I did ask if physiotherapist would be, to a doctor.
Well, we won't say anything that we don't want to record, but you've got a challenge with this, haven't you?
Yes,
You've got a challenge with
the
this.
challenge is.
Are you on painkillers?
Yes.
Do they work?
Really no.
No.
But it's the strongest cocodamol that you can get, but I don't want to go down the road of going any further.
No, I
don't
understand
want
that.
anything
No,
else. I
no.
won't take anything else.
No, I mean, I had a pain journey, 2007 spine injury, didn't walk for 3 years, had everything thrown at me, morphine, dihydrocodeine continuous, gabapentin, amitriptyline. These words run off my tongue because it was my life for 3 years.
Oh,
And then I decided that they weren't just painkillers, they were brain killers.
Yeah.
I brain fog, couldn't function, couldn't drive. My kids didn't like to come round to see me. I was crying all the time. And I thought, and then something happened in the family. My dad needed my support. He died in 2010. His death saved my life. I had to step up to help my dad at the end of his life. I've told this story before. And I decided I can't allow myself to become this person. And I did probably what most medics would say don't do. I crashed off everything. I decided on June the 2nd, 2010, that I was not going to take these pills anymore. Couldn't drive, couldn't function, couldn't think, couldn't control myself. And I just stopped taking them and never took them since. Probably not the wisest course of action, but needs must.
What for you?
Needs must. And we can do it. A lot of people don't want to go cold turkey. They're not that... you don't have to punish yourself that much, but that was my decision at the time. I facilitated people stopping seizures. I facilitated people having operations without anaesthetic because of their BMI, and the anaesthetics or the epidurals will put their heart at risk. And they've had conscious operations using their mind. I mean, it's not talked about a lot, but we do have a holistic charter in most health authorities, and I'm the civilian facilitator of that. Not just me, but it's pioneering what you can do with your mind. So what I thought we'd do today is teach you, if you like, how to get that stillness for yourself without needing me. I'm always here. You can always say, nice cup of tea, I'll come back for another one of these. And you bought some special biscuits
nice
for
biscuits,
me.
you never even had one, for goodness sake, I bought them specially too.
Well, I'll go in a bit. But my opinion is that the difference between pain and pleasure, control and loss of control, is just a thought. It's an app. When you download an app, I didn't have the train app to buy tickets. Now I have. So before I didn't have the app, I couldn't buy the tickets. Now I've got the app. I've got to learn how to use it, but I can buy the tickets. I'm going to install an app that you're going to be able to use to get relaxation, to get stillness, which will automatically give you less pain. And it might work for a minute or 3 minutes. You're going to practice that today, constantly, and you're going to bombard your mind with this mind training. And as I say, in under 21 days, it's known that your conscious mind will take that and run it for you, because it's in your subconscious mind. And instead of thinking, I'll have a pill or I need to sit down, and some people go to alcohol. I know, me neither. They have coping strategies. The biggest one is your mind, but you don't know how to run it. And the software's already there, but we've forgotten. You look at a child and they're crying their eyes out, and you go, come here, Daddy, you'll kiss it better. And instantly, magic, they're better. We can do that. But it's just having that belief in ourselves, and it's having that dexterity of mind. And what we tend to do is we get rigid in our thinking, and we think, well, nothing works. Well, therefore, with that mindset, nothing works.
Nothing will work, and you can't change it.
You can't change it. So we go for something external. And I shouldn't say this on cam, but we'll say the pharmaceutical company will love that, because they can sell you lots of stuff that you don't need and keep you on it. I've got lots of people who are having medication reviews now because they've been on Prozac and all sorts of things far too long, and the effects they're experiencing now are the side effects of the medication.
Yes.
Their condition is long gone.
Yes.
And they're medicating themselves into a state of toxicity that's giving them a poor quality of life.
I don't take my pills as I should.
No. Good.
I don't.
No.
I take, if I take painkillers, it's because I really, really, really have to. It's not because it's 10 o'clock. Do you know what I mean? I just don't. I'm a bugger for messing them out. And there's one I just don't take at all.
No.
But that's my choice. And, because I believe what you're saying.
Yeah. It's just your left leg and your left knee that's mainly the problem, is it?
Yes, now it is. I mean, I have had issues with the rheumatoid.
It's
can
throughout.
It can pop up wherever it likes.
You'll also be getting transferred pain because you'll be walking weird.
100%.
And the
hips
hips will hurt because of that. And you throw your weight onto other parts of your body,
hip.
and your spine, and the whole thing goes out of balance, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
So I saw you come to the door and I saw you walk around, and you've got a bit of a wobble.
Probably got a heater.
Okay. So are you protecting the leg? Can you put your weight on the leg, or can you not put the weight on? What's going on?
What's going on with it? It is very difficult to. Let's go.
Go on then.
Let's see. Oh, right here. It's like arg. It's like it's stuck like that.
Okay.
And so I'm trying to move it, and I have to do stupid things like that to make it, and then I can do a wobbly walk.
Yes.
Which I hate.
Is it a hot pain or a cold pain?
It's a sharp stabbing pain. It's like
nerves.
It's like
trapped nerves.
all the time.
Bloody awful, she said.
I did. But that's mild compared to what I usually.
That's all right.
It's just off, and so now it's radiating right up my leg because it's so sore. It's just horrible. And of course you can't sit for any length of time because then it gets stuck, doesn't it?
Yes, of course.
But then if you walk for any length of time...
So you're always trying to keep movement because if you sit too long it seizes up or whatever it does.
Exactly.
If you move too long there's too much load on it, so you're up and down.
It stops it because I love to walk. I love to walk down the beach. I love it. I can't do that kind of stuff.
No. If that pain had a colour, what colour would it be?
Black as hell.
Black as hell. Yeah, I get it. It's interesting because the mind needs something to work with. Let me tell you that I trained a long time ago in a process called noise therapy. We're going to do 2 things today. Noise therapy is noise therapy or vibrational therapy through sound. And what